Think of a hard choice that you've yet to make, or maybe one that you're really struggling with right now and you're anxious. You just don't know what to do. This is The Next Simple Step. I'm Paul Goldsmith. I have some insight that maybe will help you make the right choice for you. And I want to first of all say, you got to tell the truth. Not to me, not to others, but to yourself. Ultimately, what do you truly want? Truly. Not to impress the neighbors or your friends or your parents or your boss or anybody else, but what is it that you want to do on the other side of this choice? Will that make it more likely or less likely that you'll fulfill what you deeply want? And I want to add this caveat. You know you're not what you do or how much you make. We all know that intellectually, but I think deep down, do we actually accept that? Because I don't think that's the case. We deceive ourselves by thinking that as long as we're keeping up with our neighbors, or more accurately, one step ahead of our neighbors, or maybe it's our brother-in-law, sister-in-law, others around us, then we're doing pretty good. We're above the norm. The problem is I've discovered that deep down, that doesn't really matter. What matters to each of us is living a life by design, using your unique abilities and giftings with purpose and intentionality, and using your agency to make a difference in the world, to create the thing you were made to create. You look at the stats, half of all Americans are in credit card debt. 3 out of 4 people are overweight or obese, and this isn't to shame anyone. We all have our own struggles and limitations, and I get it. But here's the thing. Just because it's normal doesn't make it the ideal. It's normal to be in debt. It's normal to be unhealthy. It's normal to work a job you don't like or that's a wrong fit for you. Normal is avoiding discomfort and unpleasant emotions, but when you do that for too long, you numb your soul. And some people use substances to numb their soul. Others just use distraction or busyness. Whatever the numbing agent is, it's between you and, pardon the cliche, but living your best life with intention. And I firmly believe that you're capable of doing hard things, because anything worthwhile is going to be hard, especially when you know it's leading you somewhere worthwhile. Make those tough choices. It isn't just about being persistent. It's about keeping your mind and body sharp. You're training for the next challenge. Before you have a full picture of what that challenge will be, you are ready, because what I've figured out is you don't just arrive. And I think that's kind of the challenge. Everybody thinks if they just get to the next level, then they'll have the success they've been striving for. But when you talk to people at the highest level of their career, they realize that that's just a moment in time. And there's always another mountain to climb. There's another achievement that they want to accomplish for themselves, a difference they want to make. And what worked in the past isn't going to help you in the future. You've got to develop new capabilities as you go. If you're faced with a difficult decision right now, it's an opportunity to grow. Congratulations. To become wiser, to become stronger, you have to face that resistance head on. And if it's an easy choice, if it's you've got this because you've always done this, then that's not going to challenge you. That's not going to strengthen you. And it's going to lead to a little bit of apathy and anxiety. You may end up prioritizing entertainment or distraction or addiction over the progress in your life. I just want to encourage you today that if you're facing a tough choice, get quiet and start writing about what it is makes that difficult. Is it you're trying to impress someone else, or that you're afraid of facing your fear head on? And what do you truly want? At the end of the day, you are only responsible for your choices. Everybody else is making decisions for themselves, and you're not going to make everybody happy. Think about that. Anybody that tries to make everybody happy is miserable themselves. So what do you truly want? And what tough decision do you need to make? And when you weigh the decision, usually you have to do the thing that is the toughest, that requires the emotional intelligence and the courage. And that's why I encourage you to take the next simple step. Just get curious about what that may be. What tough choice do you need to make? And then go do it. You don't have to have it all figured out to take the next simple step. If you'd like to talk about your specific choice that you need to make, feel free to reach out at nextsimplestep.com or on Instagram and X. I'm at Paul J. Goldsmith. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you next time on the Next Simple Step Podcast.